Hello, I'm Andrew, one of the directors at CAD Educators Hub. Hope you're doing well with your concept cars so far. This video is just a quick little Christmas card or Christmas card, as Dan's branding it again this year. Just to sort of keep you in the loop, see where people are up to. A little quick 5 minute game that you can play with your class. So I'll pass you on to our guest today, Pete, who's going to introduce himself and join in today with a little bit of 5 minute CAD, Pete.
Thank you very much. Yes, so as Andy said, my name is Pete. I am a lecturer at UCL, so University College London. And in my past life, I was actually a technical consultant at Autodesk. And I'll actually be one of the judges on the concept car competition. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay, I think most people know I'm Dan. I'm here because I try really hard. I think I'm pretty excited to have a go at 5 minute CAD. It'd be great if you complete it. Put your link to your model in the chat, and we can see what everyone else has got. But yeah, it's just a load of fun for 5 minutes. We normally have a choice that we go through, Pete, but because it's Christmas, there is no choice. Well, the choice is yours. You get to make something. The only idea or the only prerequisites are that you have to use Fusion, and it has to relate to Christmas. Okay, so those are the rules. Now, because it's 5 minutes, I'm going to start a stop clock. What we'll do, I think we've already decided in a running order. So I think Pete's going to go first, Andy's going to go second, and then I'm going to finish off, I think, and we'll see. I've never gone last before, Andy, so I don't know how nervous I feel.
Save the best to last. That's what they always say.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I've already done I'm going to make a mince pie. So I've been shopping this morning. So I'm not allowed to do any branding. Been to a supermarket that begins with T, and yeah, I've got myself. So I've got a ruler to measure it. So I'm going to try. But there we go. I guess I won't steal anyone else's thunder. Pete, if you would like to share your screen.
Yep.
Let's check it's blank. I'm a little bit scared that Pete knows what he's doing, Andy.
As long as there's no grab CAD, it's all
there's no
in
grab
love and
CAD.
CAD.
He's not even got
no grab CAD.
He's got no squares on his Fusion. He's turned them off.
Yeah, I don't want those. They obviously they confine my creativity, obviously.
Okay, I'm going to start my stop clock, and I will give you a shout, Pete, when it's your turn to stop sharing, and Andy can take over. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to start now.
Okay, so I am trying something that I haven't actually used before, which is the Project Salvador beta. So this is all relating to AI image prompts, basically. So in here we can type in a 2D.
Sorry, what, Andy? Did Pete just say words?
I just said
think
some
he
words.
said he's going to do something really amazing. That's the general gist that I got.
Don't build me up now. So what I'm doing is I'm trying and failing to type because I'm also trying to talk. I'm trying to create a prompt that will give me basically a very simple, but probably won't be that simple, image via AI, which is with rotational geometry, if I can type again. And what I'm trying to do is give it as much information as possible. And by doing this, and then actually enhancing the prompt, which funnily enough also uses AI, we're going to enhance it for sketch creation. Now, the plan here, and this is why I can take my hands off now, while the other two are frantically CADing stuff up, I can sit back and do this.
No way.
So hopefully what this is going to do, and we'll see if this is successful, we might need to add a little bit more. But this will give me basically an image of a snowflake. Now, because of Project Salvador, which is a beta, it's available for everybody to download. This will allow me to bring this straight into Fusion as a canvas. And then the next part of Project Salvador is actually turning that canvas directly into a sketch that I can use to extrude. So effectively, that is not what I wanted. So we are going to say that it is in black and white and maybe put.
So you're saying all this complicated stuff, and I'm really worried about whether I can find pastry as my.
I reckon you'll be able to find it. It should be fine, right?
Oh, let's
I'm
hope.
just wondering what's on the clock.
Oh, 2 minutes. Do you know what? You're right, Andy. Pete, that's your 2 minutes
Is
up.
it?
It is
Wow.
indeed.
So I haven't even found my sketch yet. Wow. Right, I will pass over then.
Pass over. I can't believe that. I'm really. Oh no, it's not going well for me.
So it's me that's sharing now, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Have you? Yeah.
Oh, it's a lot of pressure.
It's a whole lot of pressure. I've got a lid on my mince
Yeah.
pie. Um,
So far, I am making a sled, and I'm just starting to sketch out a little bit to sit on, the sort of the wooden seat going across. I'm gonna try and, because it's 5 minutes, try and start to use the pattern tool to
oh,
bring these across. So just move our floating heads out the way. Pattern tool. I should have pre-planned some of this and got my shortcuts in there ahead of time.
yeah. I'm really struggling with this one. I can't even find aluminium for a. That's because I'm looking in plastic. Did you know? Right. Okay. Um,
Right, let's go into materials. I think there's now, yeah, some 3D materials. Let's have a look at how these look. There we go. That isn't too bad.
what is yours going well as well? This is.
Yeah, but I'm sort of getting to the stage where I'm a bit unsure about what to do next. So I've got the wooden sled, I've got the metal frame at the bottom. Might have to add some like jingle bells or something on the side. I'll add a
Are
backrests.
you finished yet?
Safety first.
I have had a minor technical problem, which has resulted in me starting again.
Oh dear. Okay.
Which is why I said that there is a caveat that this could crash and burn.
Oh no.
Oh, that's what I was meant to do. I'm starting to panic now and starting
You need to stop
to
sharing,
rush
Andy.
around.
Oh, here
Right,
we
on
go.
to you.
Right. Okay, this is me now. I can't even find where I put fusion. There we go. So this is where I've got to. So far, I've managed to find sand as the closest thing that I've got to pastry. So I've got a sand pie, I think. I'm going to tap out on time a little bit.
It's like sandwiches on the beach, that a sand
I'm
pie.
Did you have some of those?
Yeah, not the tastiest.
Is that up in Crosby?
Yeah, Crosby Beach when it gets a bit too windy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you end up
I can't
more
work.
more sand than ham on your butties.
Yeah. Are you a seaside fan, Pete?
I am. If I'm honest, though, living in London, it's not somewhere I get to spend a lot of my time, sadly. So, I think it's the dream one day to maybe retire. I know I'm saying retirement when I'm only 28. But one day retire and go somewhere down by the beach and be able to chill out.
Ooh, I've had an absolute disaster. What's the rule 101 of sketching if you're trying to extrude something, like the most basic thing that anyone could ever do?
I think
There
one of
is a
the key
new
things
body.
is, yeah, new body, and also just try and keep everything as simple as you can. Try
Is
and
it
keep,
is it
one image per sketch.
is it the fact that your sketches should actually have coincidence on the corners though?
That does help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my sketch didn't join. Oh no. Okay, right on here. No, right. 30 seconds, guys. We are close.
Oh, this is where it becomes a nightmare, though.
I'm I can't. I'm not going to get chocolate sprinkles. What are they called? Sugar sprinkles on the top of mine. Right. Oh no, that's disappeared. There we go. I think.
Oh, please tell me we've got another 10 seconds or so.
I think I might. I'm just trying to get my. Sorry, I'm cheating. Basically, our time's up, guys. Till I've done this extrude.
Right, flick
My
into
second
render.
star on top. Oh, okay, stop. That was tough.
That was tough. It's really not that much time, is it?
You know what, Pete?
A lot of
That's the greatest thing I've heard today so far. That you find that tough. This is what Andy says. You always say that 5 minute CAD levels the playing field, don't you, Andy?
It's a not a lot of time, but a lot of stress is the other one. I
Okay.
feel as if it's you have these amazing ideas that you just suddenly throw out the window because someone tells you you've got 1 minute left and you're not even halfway through.
So this is where we go to, Pete. What we have to do is we kind of we have a bit of an agreement between us where we kind of decide who we think is the winner, and you win. Do you know what you win?
The love and adoration of my peers.
Yes, or small amounts of Autodesk kudos. I don't know if we're allowed to give away Autodesk kudos, so probably CAD/CAM Educators Hub kudos, or
Yeah.
Fusion users kudos. So yeah, so who wants to show where they got to first? Should we go in order of kind of where we started from? Pete, so do you want to show us yours and talk?
Yeah. So mine is somewhat
You have to show your
lower. I'm aware. I'm just
Okay.
setting the bar.
Oh, wow.
So this is where I got to. I was hoping to have a few more little kind of rotations in there. But effectively, I haven't actually polished it up because of the technical issue that I encountered. There was a little crash halfway through, so this was actually more like 2 minute CAD. So you can actually see that what I did is, if I hide these bodies, I actually just brought in an image from the internet in the end, because when I was trying to get my image from AI, it was coming out way too complicated. And then what you can do is, using this tool, which is part of the Project Salvador, you can actually generate a sketch from images. So it helps if you have a high contrast image like this. So you can generate that sketch. I obviously did
saw
that.
this as well. I saw somebody showing this.
So I did this, and then I added a little rotation in there. I was hoping to get, a couple more in there so that it was like a nice, almost like close to a ball-esque kind of version of a snowflake. And then I think my last step, if I'm allowed to, would be to try and add something that maybe represents snow a little bit. So maybe like a polystyrene in there. So I know that last bit was out of the 5 minutes. I'm prepared to be kicked out. But I think it really adds to the aesthetic of the snowflake. And it's not perfect, but in 2 minutes I'll take it, to be honest.
I mean, fair
It's
play.
nice. I like it.
And I think, do you know what? Kind of like, I think that you probably had a more enjoyable, apart from your technical glitch. I think I worked really hard to make something that isn't very good, and yours seems very very quick and simple. So it's about knowing the workflows, I guess, right?
Yeah, and I think if you ask my students, I say the phrase "work smarter, not harder" quite a lot of the time, which is something that I really believe in. When you're creating something that's quite primitive, this doesn't need to be manufacturing ready. We're not going to go and put this on a 3D printer or start milling it or anything. So sometimes just doing a simple sketch, what I quite often do is actually do the sketch myself, and then we'll bring it in and use this style of a workflow. It used to be that I would then manually sketch around it in Fusion. Now they've created a lovely tool that does that for me. But it's to try and keep it as simple as it needs to be. This didn't need to be the most complex piece of CAD I've ever done, so I didn't make it that.
Very good, Pete. Very good. I'm sure there'll be someone somewhere who'll be very proud of you. For that, very good. Andy, do you want to show kind of where you got to?
Yeah. It might not be as insightful as that.
No, it's very insightful.
I sort of made like a little wooden sled. It looks almost like a holiday deck chair just thrown on a pair of rails. But it did manage to get Christmas card and the Christmassy of all colours in bed. Yeah, I've sort of stuck to a similar thing of simple sketches, and then, as
Yeah,
you can see on the timeline, a lot of pattern tools just to sort of cut the shortcuts and try and work through with like the short space of time. So I've got somewhat of a sled there.
it's not. I mean, it's not bad, right? I mean, your timeline is quite extensive compared to Pete's. So yeah, you've got a lot. You've got a lot of steps.
It's a lot of repetitive ones, yeah. You can see a bit of panic towards the end where there's sort of double sketches where I only needed one of them and started to hit the panic button.
Shall I
But
show you?
yeah,
Shall I tell you where I got to? You can. So mine wasn't great. So yeah, this is mine. So my mince pie. I was really unsure how to do my mince pie, whether to do it as a set of tapered extrudes or whether as a set of revolves. So yeah, that kind of didn't help me at the start. But I went for two revolves to make the casing and then the inside pie. There's a problem here in that I think actually the reality is that the pie should come over the lip to get that nice ridge on there.
Yeah.
So that then went wrong. I then patched over the top and then thickened it. Um, and it realised that this should probably come over here, but didn't have time to go back and sort that out. At which point I wanted a star on the top because the mince pie that I bought from the supermarket that starts with T has two stars on the top. So I did one star, and then I did another star, and in the middle of it, I managed to find a colour that I thought was the closest to pastry, which was sand. So yeah, that's where I got to with it. Yeah, it's so I wouldn't recommend eating that. Also, it's got no mincemeat in the side,
And it's made of sand.
and it's made of sand. So probably,
so
I think.
you've made a Christmas sandcastle, Dan.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you get your what was it, plastic aluminium as well in there?
it is, yes, it is aluminium at the base. It's
Yeah.
aluminium infusion as well. But I'm quite happy to suggest that I'm not the winner, Andy, on that, having made an empty pie made of sand.
Yeah, I'm happy
I
for
mean,
you not to win.
You happy for me
I
not
think
to
if
win?
I'm honest,
I don't know if that
I
feels better than winning itself, just you not winning.
well, I personally think Andy's is the most polished piece of CAD here. So I'm gonna also put myself up for not winning and say that sled is the most realistic thing here, given that I've just actually done the extra revolves of mine and it looks like Frankenstein's snowflake.
I think you've got the choice now, Andy. You can either choose yourself to win or Pete.
I think CAD model on its own, mine looks like the old traditional sled, but I think when you break it down and look at the timeline and the methodology and stuff, I think it's something new, it's something innovative. You've taken a risk and it might not necessarily have paid off as much as you'd like it to, but I think the principle behind it's a lot better than mine, just clicking away until it looked like a sled. So I'm more than happy to concede defeat.
Yeah, I think
Are we going to do this really, really polite thing where we all just say that we don't think we should win, and then we just leave it to no one?
Pete, I think that between Andy and I think we're coming to the conclusion that you're probably the winner. So yeah, I think do you know what, it's really interesting actually, Pete, that kind of we've had other people who've come and joined us on 5 Minute CAD and so forth, but to see somebody do something new and innovative, I think is as Andy said, is great. So it's brilliant that you had a go with that. But no, it's been great for you to join us, and we're kind of looking forward to your input on the judging for concept cars. And obviously, we'll send our Christmas wishes from Liverpool where we are, and to you guys down in London, and to everybody else at home who's at home or in your school or in your class or in your lecture theatre, wherever you are, because apparently you can do CAD at any time, anywhere.
You can indeed.
It's exciting. All right. Thanks, Pete. And thanks, Andy. And happy Christmas to both of you.
Thanks for having
Thank
me.
you.
Happy Christmas.